In terms of the weather and your diving gear, how has it been different? Or what kind of gear have you been, using for your dive so far? Other than the ones that you've already been using, during your training, BA training, yeah, anything different?
Yeah, so as you can see, even the indoors is still cold. Right?
Yeah, you can see wearing a jacket and everything.
I mean, it's so cold here. When diving, we use a dry suit. It has a few purposes. The main purpose to me is to keep dry and warm. So it circulates your body heat a bit in the suit, right? And it's really dry. So if you go in with if you're wearing a wedding suit, right, and you wear your dry suit in, if you wear your wedding suit inside the dry suit, right, and you come up, right, you're completely dry. Not even one drop of water goes in. No joke.
Okay.
Right? But the flaw about it, right, is that the ones that they provide here, they don't come with the connecting gloves.
Okay.
Yeah, so your hands and the top of your neck here, between the neck dam, the KM neck dam, and between the dry, one small gap here. So these two places, right, are the only ones that are exposed to the water.
Okay.
And besides that, those 2 points, your whole body, your head, you feel warm. You feel warm. You will know that the water is cold the moment your hands come down from the ladder, because we take a ladder down. The moment hands and your neck just reach the water line, and you know how cold the water is, right? Your whatever work you're supposed to do, you really have to focus on it, because otherwise you're just gonna be thinking about your freezing hands and that portion of your neck if you happen to get exposed,
Yeah.
It's like for me.
What do you do to keep warm then, or how do you help yourself? What do you do to combat this situation? Your whole hand, neck, and all that.
So I received some advice before I went out from Alan Ross to wear latex gloves, right? Inner linings.
Okay.
Yeah, so they help in a way that it protects the direct water contact from freezing your skin, that layer.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really help from feeling cold, because in order to keep warm, right, you really need to get those thermal gloves or very thick neoprene gloves. Because the moment the water seeps in your cuffs, right, the wrist cuffs, right, it seeps in, it's just gonna still freeze your hands. So
yeah,
and then your fingers go numb. So right, there was a point where myself and the other two Singaporean students, because we're not used to this cold, right? So there's 3 of us Singaporean students there. So there's a point where 3 of us we're not used to this diving condition. When we go to the ladder, right, we are not even sure if we are grasping or gripping onto the ladder properly, because we can't really see our hands, right? Because of the head and all that, and then the ladder is a vertical ladder. So we have to really lean back to see whether we're gripping, because we're not used to that numb sensation in our.
Yeah, the cold, right? It's tough to tell. You don't even know.
Am I sure I'm holding on to the ladder? So those are the small challenges that we face.
Okay, so for what about your breaks, Nick? When you are, during training, to go and eat eat lunch, eat dinner, breakfast and stuff like that. Are you given proper breaks in between? Or it's just similar here, we stagger your stuff like that,
So it's the same as Singapore, at what you all do at KBA. They have this thing, but they call it the working lunch break.
Okay.
So it's the same, it's staggered, like what you're saying, staggered and then cycled. Whoever is free, nothing to do, you go for your break, 20 minutes or whatever. Yeah, it's the same as KBA.
Okay, so no change there?
Yeah, no change there. Diving, working environment.
Okay, but there is one difference, right? You don't get to go back to your family every day now. So how is the family doing? Have you been keeping up with them and talking to them often, or as often as you can?
Yeah, every day I video call them. So actually like today, every morning I wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, just so that I can catch them, while they're awake. Because my 5:30 is their 1:30 p.m, right? They come back from school already. So then I get to call them, and I tell you, sometimes it's so heartbreaking, because imagine you just start the video call, and then my wife will walk to the youngest one and then put the FaceTime or the video call, and then he looks at the phone and then he's touching the phone You know, like pressing daddy's nose or something like that. Then I like, you know, like very heartbreaking sometimes, you know.
Yeah, but you cannot cannot show as much emotion as you want to, right? You have to keep it together, right? If not, the kid might start crying.
Yeah. Because if I start, then they start, you know. Then I also don't want my wife to get heartbreak also. So I just like, it's like you keep it internal, you know.
Okay, but that's good. The good thing is at least you get to speak to them, or at least you're waking up to speak to them every day, right?
I do update them about the training and all that.
Okay.
Because the guys I train with, all of them are experienced divers. Like we got people from Argentina, we got mainland Scotland, and then we got people from Edinburgh, all over UK lah.
Okay, that's good. Get to interact with all these divers, and then have them share their experience as well.